Wonder Woman issue 800. That's right, folks. 800 issues of Wonder Woman. A feat that has been happening a lot lately. A lot of these books are getting their big numbers again. We just had Fantastic Four hit 700. The Flash will be hitting 800, or it has hit 800 around this time too. It's awesome, man. It's pretty exciting, actually. Big, bold story to end this current run of Wonder Woman. Not really, it's just kind of ending? Yeah, I guess. So I love the idea that we're doing an extra-sized spectacular issue of Wonder Woman to celebrate 800 issues. That's really cool. This is a fun story to do it in, I suppose. Getting classic Wonder Woman writers, kind of, to do stuff for this book, kind of. You know, there's names in here that are very synonymous with everything that has kind of happened with Wonder Woman of recent memory. There's not a lot of, like, classic names attached to this book. A couple, but not many. And that's kind of like, okay, I don't know. Maybe I wanted more from this book. To do, like, the Whatever Happened to the Warrior of Truth Part 2 for the 800 Spectacular. I guess it's kind of fun because it shows Wonder Woman's relationship with her world and the DC universe at large, but I don't know, there's not much to it after that either. But what can I say? It did a lot of interesting stuff that I have no complaints by. So let's crack this thing open and take a look at what's inside. What do we start with? Yara Fleur, my favorite new addition to the Wonder Woman mythos. She is in the Amazon somewhere. It's like these really interesting pastel colors of just like these oranges and reds, and she finds Diana just chilling somewhere. She's like, I can hunt panthers in this rainforest. You're pretty easy to find too. But of course, Diana is not hiding. They are fighting some weird creature. I'm guessing it's of like old mythology and like Brazilian folklore, which is what they were playing with a lot in the Yara Fleur book. A big black circle full of hands. And her and Diana just go to fight it. And it looks great. Every time Yara Fleur is depicted in these books, she looks awesome and I love it and I have a great time. And it's just kind of like, is there ever going to be a day where we get to relax Diana? That's not in Yara's character, where she just kind of like, I mean, if you're fighting for a tomorrow where you put the sword down, maybe you should just put the sword down. Just kind of giving Diana something to think about. And then suddenly, as that's just like implied to be like a dream that Yara is having, that Diana is suddenly a part of, we cut back to the present day in the Isle of Healing, inside the Cave of Everywen, where a couple of like old mages are like doing stuff to Diana, because if you remember the past couple of events, she was part of like Lazarus Planet, War of the Gods, and she turned gold and she had like Shazam powers for a minute, and now she's getting like a healing coma. So she's kind of glowing too. So she's entering into people's dreams. So that's fun. I mean, okay, something to do. So Yara's dream with Diana is just kind of like, we're just going to have fun in a forest. She has a cool dream with Donna Troy, where it's like, I thought you forgot about me. It's like, how could I ever forget about you, Donna? You're like my girl. They check out New Chronos for a minute, and they just have like a nice message. It's just it's kind of a little more like sad than some of the other ones, because it's just Donna being like, I am kind of forgotten in time, but I'm also not forgotten, and every time you show up, something happens, and I work twice as hard with half the results, and it's like sometimes I go unnoticed. And I guess on a metatextual level, it's like, yes, you have. But of course, Diana's like, no, it's never gone unnoticed. You're good at this. You're strong. You're capable. You're great. It ends with them like doing like the battle of arms, and they're like grasping hands, and then we cut to a new sequence where Diana's holding a different person's hand, and we see that it's Cassie, and Cassie just tosses her into the fray because they are fighting on Apocalypse. And she is for some reason wearing like some big goggles with like a chain that says Wonder Girl on it, and they're fighting Darkseid. So it's cool. Yara's is just like, I don't really need you, but I'm glad you're here. And then like we'll have like conversations that are like modern topics for comic books. And when it comes to Donna, it's just like, you always forget that I exist, but I was kind of here first and just forgotten. And then when it's Cassie, it's just like, boop-de-boop, we're going to fight Darkseid, fuck him up, Kenneth, let's go. And that's what they do. And it's kind of fun that way, I like it. It's just like, yeah, you don't need to do much of Cassie. She's doing her own shit. And then we actually get one of Artemis, which is very fascinating, where it's kind of like Artemis is like trapped in this like burning fire and Diana's pulling her out, just kind of like calming the flame of her craziness. I dig that a lot. And then for no good reason, Diana witnesses the death of the Waynes. I'm sorry? I know why it's in the book. But man, does it kind of suck. We're going through all these dreams right before night terrors, and then suddenly the Waynes are dead, and we wake up and we see Bruce is experiencing his trauma, and he's standing up dressed as Batman watching his parents die, and then Diana shows up, and he's like, why are you in my dream? What are you doing here? She's like, this is sad. I'm sorry for everything you had to go through. I don't need this. And he's like, I don't need your pity, okay? I'm fine. I'm good. You're strong. And he's trying to run away and escape his trauma and leave it again. But she's like, stop. We're going to talk about this right now. If even for a minute, we're going to talk about it. Just the two of us, okay? He's like, shut up. But she's like, would you stop for a minute and just talk to me about what you're feeling? It's okay to feel pain and to be scared. You're strong. And there's kind of like a cuckolded Bruce being like, you really do this to me. You're so much better than me. You really help me out. You make me think about things, and I love you for that. You're a good person. You are my rock. I need you. And he reverts to like a young Bruce Wayne crying in the streets, and she just comforts him. And then somewhere in Gotham City, Bruce Wayne wakes up, and he's like, oh, damn it, Diana, even in my dreams, you're right where I need you to be. Weird moment for this book. I don't love it, but I also can't be mad that that just happened. It's funny. I like when these writers are just like, yeah, Batman's like a silly concept sometimes. Let's just play with it. And just have Diana be like, would you relax? It's okay. I like that. And we just see she's still in her healing coma. And there's been like some weird omnipresent narrator talking to her the entire time. You do all this stuff for these people. You make them feel better. And I think there's another person right now that needs your help. So she's like, yeah, so take me to him. So where does she go? To the dream of Superman, because he hears everything, the begging, the crying, the pleading, the praying. There's so much going on and all this stuff that I can't help. It's even just like the crying of just like, children. I can't help them with stuff. And the exchanging of vows between people and love and laughter. Like, I hear everything and it's overwhelming and there's a lot and it's sad. And Diana's like, it's fine. Okay, it is kind of dumb where she just shows up to these two guys and it's just like, relax, you're okay, you're fine. It is silly. But as somebody who is a diehard Wonder Woman fan, just to have her show up to the big brooding men, both dark and mysterious and whole and hopeful, and just be like, shh, baby, you're okay, you're fine. Just not even mothering them, just being like, would you just relax for a goddamn minute and just accept what you have done and what you are capable of? And it's nice. It's beautiful. And then Clark touches like a weird crystal somewhere and they get blasted into space and they just look at the beauty of everything and you think it's going to be like an intimate moment where maybe they kiss, but no, it's just like, let's embrace and have a good moment together. It's cute. It's fine. I don't know. It's whatever. And then she like wakes up into a different dream where it's her mother who's kind of doing the thing that she just did to everybody. Where like the entire time Diana's like, you guys are doing fine. You're good. She wakes up and Hippolyta's there like, honey, you're doing fine. You're good. You've given me trouble before, but it's okay. You are on the right path. You are doing good in this world. And I am proud of you. You are strong. You are capable. And you proved me wrong in the end of everything you could do. You can make your own destiny with your own hands. That's kind of a sweet moment. Very beautiful and powerful. But eventually, Diana does wake up and she finds them waiting for her. And she's like, oh, what a time to be alive, baby. I love it. I helped everyone. I had fun. So Diana's back to normal. Beautiful. It's nice. It is cool. There's some stuff about that's kind of silly, but we get a lot of cool art in there. Jen Bartle, one of my favorites, shows up. Very fun. And then it's just kind of like, well, we'll have different trials and tribulations to deal with, but we'll be okay in the end. I'm like, yeah, you will. And you just see kind of like her talking to Nubia and her dealing with these other people. It's fun. I don't know. It's cool. So she's on Themyscira. She leaves Themyscira. It's a nice little moment. It goes a little fast, whatever, but it works for me. It was fine. And it just ends with like, You're a hero. You're always going to be a hero. You won the day. You did it. Congratulations, my beautiful Diana. You won. And that's where issue 800 ends. But it's actually not where it ends because we have to set up the next event. So, beautiful moment to end there. Then we cut to the first thing that I guess Tom King is doing for his big run on Wonder Woman. We meet sometime in the future Damian Wayne and Jonathan Kent taking on the roles of Batman and Superman. They're standing on the shores of paradise. Damian's upset that the person they're meeting is late, and we see that John's like, oh, give her some slack, dude. It's fine. She'll be here. Who are they waiting for? Well, it's none other than Trinity, the daughter of Wonder Woman and some unknown assailant. And you'll notice that she has 3 separate lassos on her person. We'll get to that in a minute. What are they doing there? Who's to say? But she's like, you guys, you're early, but we're still late, so hurry up and let's get to move on to what we're doing. What I like about this portrayal of the other guys is that Damian and John both feel like older brothers who are fed up with their younger sister, and I think it's kind of fun. Look, we've seen futures where Yara Fleur was in this connection with John, and Jace was the one Damian's become, but sure, if this is what we're doing, fine, a different future. They're headed to the Magic Cave of Death, which has another name, but neither John or Damian learned Greek, so it doesn't matter what we call it. They walk inside, and they have to face a couple of tribulations, pain, skill, and honor, to see who wants to help Trinity find her answers. The first one is pain. So there's like this statue that if you touch its hand, you feel all the pain in the world. So we're going to put John there. So John puts his hand on the statue thinking he's going to be okay. Oh, he's not. And then we go to skills. So there's like the Brave Warrior Nike, and we're just going to have Batman fight her for a minute. Cool. And Damian's like, this is fun. And then we have to do honor. And what we think is going to happen is interesting. Honor. Is that Diana? Well, maybe. We know that this girl's name is Lizzie, and we get her full name later on. I think I'll just reveal it now. Her name is Lizzie Marston Prince. So, or Elizabeth Marston Prince, I should say. So, yep, Lizzie's what they call her. Marston because William, what's his name? The guy that created Wonder Woman was like William Marston. There's that movie about him, Professor Marston and the Wonder Women. Strange movie. Strange guy. A strange guy if you know nothing about him. He's strange. But we see that it's supposedly Diana just being like, what are you doing here? You disappoint me. This is lame. And she's like, you're not my mom. Like, I know you're not Wonder Woman. You're just a figment of all my imagination. She's like, okay, would you stop and leave here? You're doing stupid stuff. I know you're lying to me. It's like, yeah, you know you're lying? Well, I have a lasso for that, but it's not the gold one, it's the black one. And she whips out the black lasso and strangles this, like, I guess, whatever of Diana, like an illusion of Diana, and just knocks her mom out for a minute. Cool. Yeah, it's a little rushed, but I don't care. I mean, we've never met this character before, so I don't know how they handle things. So far, she's been plenty capable, and it's working well. And then with that, she enters into, I guess, like a jail cell somewhere, and she announces who she is. I'm the champion of the Amazons, leader of the Justice League, daughter of Diana, and the first holder of the 3 lassos of fate. So, what does that mean? Is that like a new development that we're going to be seeing played out in everything Tom King's going to be doing? We got the lasso of truth. I'm guessing the black one's the lasso of lies, which is like, no, that'd be stupid because that's like the inverse of the lasso of truth. So it's probably not the lasso of lies because the lasso of truth could tell if you're lying. I don't care. It's dumb. I'm fine. It's black. There's a silver one. There's the gold one. It's fine. But there's a mysterious bald man who's locked up somewhere. Like, I was there when your mother and father had the events that happened that are going to take place in that book you're going to have to read after this. So, pardon the ramblings of an old king, then let us proceed with haste to the myth that killed America and birthed a new wonder. This is the story of how she defeated me. Okay, cool, because Diana and Trinity's father weren't telling her what the events were that led to the current timeline. She went to a villain or somebody else involved that was like there when it happened. Now, particular words are emboldened, like vengeance and armies and war and infinite and unwinnable and that kind of shit. So, fine. A mystery box, that's great. That's just what I needed. That's just what I wanted. I'll give you a couple of names I'm going to throw out right now that who this mysterious person could be. I'll give you some obvious ones. I think the obvious ones to me are Ares, Zeus, and Maxwell Lord. I think those are the obvious ones. Probably not, but we'll see. Unobvious ones, I could see it being Dr. Psycho in some capacity. Maybe he's changed a part of himself. I could see it being Steve Trevor in some weird capacity too. Maybe getting some new power. Or Thor, I don't know. Fine. You do you, man. Look, I'm still excited for Tom King's run because I'm a big Wonder Woman fan. This was just like, yeah, that's cool. You know, she manipulated her older brothers to do shit for her so she could get answers from a mysterious guy. Bunch of stuff like where she get the weapons, who's her dad, who's the guy in the box. Fine. If that's what you gotta do, that's fine. I just wish this 800 issue spectacular had a little more weight to it. I do like seeing Diana telling the other Wonder Girls like you're gonna be okay and just cucking the boys like shut up, you're fine, stop it. That's exciting to me. But, you know, there's some stuff in here I like, some stuff I don't. A fine book altogether. I have no real complaints, just hopes that we're not going to see. But it's cool. There's multiple artists and writers on this thing, and it looks fantastic. It's well executed. And we got a cool book because of it. So that's cool. Wonder Woman's cool. I do like Wonder Woman. Very fun. So, Wonder Woman issue 800, I am going to give an 8 out of 10. Now, thank you all for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And as always, I will catch you in the next one. Have fun. Stay safe. Good luck.